Somebody tell me something good this week. Somebody tell me a win you had this week, or somebody tell me a win you're already expecting for the one that's coming. Come on, what do you got this morning? Go for it, Shelly. Oh, we can't hear you, Shelly. Go again.
I got 2 closings and 1 listing appointment.
That's what I'm talking about. 2 closings, 1 listing appointment. Well done. High fives to Shelly. Come on now. Anybody else this morning? What do you got?
Hey,
What's
Dusty, I got a client on the contract that I've been working with for a year.
Woo!
And I called the agent and spoke to her, the listing agent, and she said, Doretha, y'all didn't have the highest offer, but you look like the best agent to work with. So she
Oh,
accepted my offer.
come on now, Doretha. Hey,
I know.
big high five there. In fact, what we're talking about today is that what you and I are doing every single day is we're actually selling us. People are buying you. They're buying the belief in you. They're buying the confidence in you. They're buying the competence in you. And there's never been a more important time that we're leading the way in that. So congratulations, Doretha. That's awesome. That's awesome. Somebody else this morning, what do you got? Tell me a win you've had or one that you have coming or something you're thankful for this morning. Come on now. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. Anybody? Throw my hat on backwards now. Anybody? Okay, Doretha, I kind of have one like you. We've had a house on the market forever. Okay, I just stopped counting days, Doretha. It's been out there forever. Okay, I think it's been through all the seasons. You know what I mean? We've had rain, snow, all the above. Okay, we're seeing an uptick. We got an offer on that property, went under contract, and then we got another offer. It's been out there forever. We got 2 offers on it. Those folks are under contract. They're buying another house today. We're going to go get one today. So come on now. Things are happening out there. My cousin Sherry said, not real estate, but my principles of 20 campuses return today will be an amazing 2020, 25, 26. Hey, let me tell you something. My cousin Sherry, she, number one, I love this sister. But she has such a profound effect on so many students and people. And I want us to remember today, the calling of all of us, right, is to people. Yes or no? Regardless of what our actual job is, our calling is to people. And that's why we're digging in today on how you and I serve people at the highest level. And what does that mean for each of us? And how do we do that? Okay, you guys tracking with me on this? Anybody else want to share this morning before I dive in? Because I'm about to run hot. Y'all better get ready.
I'm sorry, we have to go live on Facebook still.
Oh my gosh, I didn't go live on
Sorry.
Facebook. Martina, thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna fix that right now. We're gonna go live now because I did not do that. Okay, everybody, hold on one second. Whoop, hold on. This is user error on the coach here. I got so excited about what I was telling you about this morning, I didn't go live on Facebook.
Imagine that, cousin Dusty not following what he's supposed to be doing.
Sherry, you've only known me 47 years, Sherry. Come on now. I usually I'm so good, and then I was just so excited this morning. Okay,
we all have our strengths. It's okay. We all
have. Right. That's right. And this is not mine. And we're gonna make sure next week, Jethro, you're gonna do this, man, because you're gonna be a lot better at this than I am. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Now we are live. Welcome everybody on Facebook. 7 minutes late. Okay, now we're ready to go. So here's what we're talking about today. I want you to write it down. You ready? I want you to draw a circle on a piece of paper. Draw a circle on a piece of paper. I want you to put one word inside that circle. I want you to put the word you. Y-O-U. Or you could put me. Either way. What we're talking about today is we want to draw the circle around ourselves. We want to work on everything inside of it. And we want to identify who you are. Because let me tell you what you're doing as you go out each and every single day. Okay? People are buying you. So we want to draw the circle around you, work on everything inside of it, identify who am I, who do I serve, how do I want to do this at the highest level, okay? And I want to give a big shout out this morning to my buddy Sharon Savatsa, because what I'm about to give you, he gave me a lot of this. Okay, he gave me a lot of this. If you're not following him, go follow him. Okay, what he has done is he has created what's called a personal brand. Okay, when you guys hear personal brand, what does that say to you? Somebody tell me. No wrong answer here. What do you mean by personal brand? Anybody?
What you're recognized by.
There, Wendy, you nailed it, right? What you're recognized by when people hear your name or they see your face on Facebook or Instagram, they immediately are able to identify with, hey, this is who that person is and this is what they're all about. And because of that, I want to be a part of it, right? Okay, I'm attracted to that. It's a magnet towards it. So the first thing we want to do today is grab clarity around the identity of who you are. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you real quick so you can see a couple things, and I want you to write these things down this morning as we get going. Okay. So here we go. Let me pull my screen up for you. I'm gonna share it with you. I did that a lot faster than I did the Facebook thing, thankfully. Okay. So what we're doing is we're drawing the circle around you. Okay. And we want to talk today about how to get paid to be you. Okay. Not be somebody else, but to be you, the authentic, transparent you. Okay. You with me on this? So everybody write this down today. When you define you, you've defined your brand. Okay. When you define you, you've defined your brand. All right. So I want you right now, I just want you to write down some things right now that are you, who you are. Like if you're funny, write that down. Okay. Because that's part of who you are. You guys tracking with me on this? All right. Just who are you? What makes up Wendy? What makes up Doretha? When people see you and they hear you, what do they automatically identify with? You guys tracking with me on this? Okay. And out of that, that's the defining of you. And when we understand who we are, what I'm all about, how I operate, the value I bring, what I stand for, okay, then people begin to recognize that, follow that, and you have created a brand, okay? Everybody write this definition down. This is what a defined brand is. Living and leading from a clear, consistent, what? Identity, okay? Not position, but identity. This is who I am. People know who I am and how I operate. Living and leading from a clear, consistent identity that communicates these three things for you. Number one, who you are. Okay? Let me tell you this. People are going to do business with you based on who you are. You with me? And the standards that you uphold. All right? So number one, it communicates who you are. Number two, it communicates what you stand for. What you stand for. And number three, why it matters. Okay, number three, why it matters. So a defined brand, living and leading, okay, from a clear, consistent identity that communicates who you are, what you stand for, and why it matters. All right? Now, let me tell you why this is important, okay? Because there is a difference between image and identity. Would you agree with that? Okay. I think where a lot of people lose is they portray this image, okay? But it's not their identity. And can I tell you something? People will sniff you out if you just portray an image, okay? If this is just who you are on the surface, but deep down, we don't really identify with who we actually are. We've just created an image, okay? And there's a lot of image out in social media. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay? People aren't doing business with you, and people don't want to be around you because of your image. They want to be around you because of your identity. Okay? I grew up playing tennis, and Andre Agassi, I'll never forget it, had this whole commercial that came out. It was for like some kind of camera, And his tagline was image is everything. That was his tagline. I remember that. Okay. And I remember at 16 years old being like, yes, Andre's figured it out. Image is everything. Brother had this long hair. Okay. Looked different than everybody else. Okay. Did you know at the same time that dude was on heroin? Okay. I mean, I like the dude wrote a book about it. I'm not making it up. Okay. Andre, if you're watching, I'm not saying it bad about you. Okay. So are you guys with me on this though? His image was not his identity. He didn't know his identity. He didn't know who he was, but he had portrayed this image that was actually false, and people were buying into an image, okay? I don't want people to buy into your image. I want people to buy into your identity. Tracking with me on this? Okay? Who you are, what you stand for, and why it matters. People want to do business with that, okay? I want you to write these down today, these questions. This is how you identify your brand. Okay. The first is, number one is, who do I serve? Who do I serve? Identify the people that you serve. Okay. And also write this down. People matter. People matter. All right. Way more than money matters or business matters. People matter. You want to win with people, you show them that they matter. Okay. The second thing we do in our brand pillar is we identify, what do I solve? So as I meet with people, right? I want to be figuring out, hey, how can I help them? How can I serve them? What can I solve for them that's going to help them get from where they are to where they want to be, right? We got a lot of different people on this call today. A bulk of you are in real estate and a lot of you are not. All right. I got my buddy Ryan Holmes on the call. He runs a radio show every single week called the Hodge Pack, right? He also works for an electric company. Just for the record, none of you would have electricity without my buddy Ryan Holmes, all right? Like, he's solving a problem for people, okay? My cousin Sherry, who's out there affecting the lives of thousands of young people, solving problems for people. You guys tracking with me? If you're in real estate, we are dealing with people who are going through divorce. We're dealing with people who are going through the death of a loved one. We're dealing with people that have just had a new baby, who just got married. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of stuff. People matter. How do we serve them, and what are we solving for them? Okay, the third thing is you got to ask yourself how you make people feel. You got to ask yourself how you make people feel. Okay. I've said this to you before, but have you ever been around people that just when they walk in the room lights up? You know what I mean? Like, that room just changes. Okay. And you want to be around those people, don't you? Raise your hand if you're drawn to those kind of people, right? They come into the room and they've got a spirit about them, an energy about them, a joy about them. And you just go, man, can I just have 5 minutes with you? Can we go to lunch? Can we sit down? Because you are drawn to them because of not their brand, because of who they are. You're drawn to their identity and you desire that. Are you with me? I want all of us on this call to be a people that when we walk into a room, people go, man, I want to be a part of that. I don't know what they're doing and I don't care. I just know I want to be a part of that. You guys tracking with me on this? All right. Be that person that lights up a room when you walk in. And I don't mean you got to be all loud and, do what I do with my arms and everything. I mean, just the spirit of who you are. You with me? You ever been around people who just have a calm spirit? That no matter what's going on, the craziness of the world, man, and they're just steady and calm and consistent. Man, I want to be around people like that. Okay. I want to be around people that think big. I want to be around people that walk into the room and the room changes. Make no mistake, when you walk into a room, it does change. Okay. Have you ever been around people that when they leave the room changes? You ever been around those kind of people? You know what I mean? You're like, woo, I didn't know things were that bad, right? Don't be those people. People are drawn to that. Okay. And then the last one is, why are you doing this to begin with? You with me? Why are you doing this to begin with? So I think those things are important today to understand the clarity around who we are. Let me shift just a little bit and tell you why clarity is so important when it comes to you. Okay? And here's why it's so important is clarity creates demand. Clarity creates demand. Okay? Clarity is also magnetic. When you are around people who have a very clear vision of who they are, who have a very clear vision of what they stand for, and a very clear vision of where they're going, let me tell you something. Those people aren't wondering where the next business is coming from. They're in demand. Are you tracking with me on this? And they're in demand because they're magnetic. You with me? Magnetic literally means drawn to, right? If I have a magnet and I put it out, it automatically begins to pull things in and draw them to that thing. That's what creates the demand. Are you with me? And then clarity gets you booked. And what I mean by that is clarity gets you in the room. Clarity gets you opportunity. What we have to make sure is we understand the clarity. Okay? That we understand the clarity. Does this make sense so far? You guys tracking with me on this? Okay? You and I, okay, I want you to get paid to be you, okay? I don't want you to have an image. I want you to have an identity, okay? Who are you? And then tell that story, okay? Portray that to the world, all right? And don't apologize for who you are. You tracking with me on this? All right? There's a great book out called Born to Win. If you've never read Born to Win or anything else by Zig Ziglar, make sure that you go do that. Okay? In Born to Win, he tells a story called The Cutting Stone. All right? Some of you have heard me tell this before, but in the story The Cutting Stone, he says there were 3 gentlemen out doing the exact same thing. They were all cutting stone. Right? And he says a passerby walked by and he asked each one of the gentlemen what it was they were doing. So he walks up to the first gentleman who's cutting stone and he says, "Sir, can you tell me what you're doing?" And the guy turns around super frustrated, super angry and says, "I'm cutting stone. What does it look like I'm doing? Keep walking." Right? He goes to the second gentleman who's doing the exact same thing, right? Cutting stone. He says, "Sir, do you mind if I ask you, what are you doing?" And the guy said, "Sure, you can ask me." He said, "I'm just doing my job. I'm making a living. This is how I provide for my family. I get up every day and I cut stone." Right? He goes to the third gentleman. He says, "Sir, can I ask you, what are you doing?" This guy sets his tools down. He walks over. He says, "You can absolutely ask me what I'm doing. Sit down. Let me tell you what I'm doing." He said, "Let me tell you what I do every day. I'm building a cathedral. Every day when I get up, I'm building a cathedral where one day men and women from all over the globe are going to come and they're going to learn and they're going to grow and they're going to worship and they're going to do that in the cathedral that I built." You tracking with me on this morning? Okay, let me ask you, which one of those 3 gentlemen would you like to build your house? Okay, you with me? Like, I don't want the guy who's just cutting stone. All right? I don't want the person who's just making a living. Can I just pause for a second and tell you this? Not a single one of you on this screen should be making a living. You should be creating a life. Those are 2 completely different things. Okay? I've made a living before, and I didn't like it. It didn't get me anywhere. It didn't stir my soul. It didn't get me up in the morning excited and ready to go. Okay? But when I started creating a life, now that's different. When I realized, hey, I'm building a cathedral. Do you want to know one of the coolest things about cathedrals? Is they don't go away. You guys with me on this? When I've built the cathedral and I'm no longer here, do you know what stays? The cathedral. Here's what I mean by that. Everything that you are stays. What you've poured in, what you've created, the identity of who you are, it stays. You with me? I got 2 beautiful 12-year-old twins named Katie and Grayson. Can I tell you something? I hope and pray every day that the cathedral that Mama and I are building, that it stays in them. You with me? And I know it is because I'm watching them. All right? Like, You know, like my son, he's funny. That brother's funny. And his biological daddy ain't funny at all. Okay. I just want y'all to know that. Okay. I mean, I love the guy. We're friends, but the brother ain't funny. Okay. He got that from me. It's part of the cathedral. Okay. A spirit of loving people and serving people. I love watching my kids care about other people. Okay. And I don't mean like care what they think. I mean like care about other people, about their hearts, about like my kids are drawn to kids that don't fit in. Do you know how much that stirs me as their dad to see that? Right? Okay, you guys tracking with me on this? All right. Let me
Dusty,
ask you a question. Yes, ma'am.
you're contagious. You're that cathedral to us too.
Thank you, Shelley. That means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, well, and you guys are to me. Hey, the best part of my week, I'm telling you, man, I love this call because I don't know about you, but it gives me the energy for the week. It resets my cells, right? Anybody's cells get off a little bit? Anybody? Like, hey, my cells been all over the place for like the last few months. Like, I didn't even know where some of our cells were. Okay, they were in my garage somewhere, buried beneath everything else that we moved. I couldn't figure out where the cells were, Doretha. And we've got to identify them, and we've got to go build the cathedral. You guys tracking with me on this? All right. They're not buying an image. Make sure you are not an image. Make sure you are an identity. Okay, an identity that's building a cathedral, that's attractive, that's magnetic, that people go, I want to be a part of that. You do that, and you will never wonder where your next piece of business is coming from, and you will always get paid to be you. Okay, at the end of the day, they're buying you. Yes, you need to have a marketing plan. Yes, you need to have a service plan. You need to have all the stuff. But what you need more than anything is an understood identity of who you are. Tracking with me? One where people go, hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. Does this help you today? Okay. Somebody give me some feedback. What's something you learned today, you wrote down, or you're going to take with you? What do you got? Y'all make me do that
No,
all
I'm
over.
gonna order the book.
Go get Born to Win. Go
I'm
get
gonna
Born
get
to Win.
that.
It's incredible, Doretha. Dylan, what do you got, buddy?
No, I really like the are you just making a living or are you building something? You know, that's a good way to look at it to make sure you're not just, you know, going through life and doing it haphazardly, but you're doing something with purpose.
That's right. That's right, buddy. Yeah, you weren't created just to make a living. You're created to create a life, and all of you get to do that in your own way, right? Julia, how about you, ma'am?
So I thought that it is actually not as complicated to be us, and that is already our brand. I thought that was refreshing, simple, and we can just be how we are, like generous, funny, creative, determined, stubborn. All of that makes a good, in my case, real estate agent, right? And we can just be ourselves, and people will be attracted to that. So I sometimes I stress too much and I overthink it. So this actually
Yeah.
was very refreshing. Thank you.
Julia, I love what you just said there. How many of you stress and overthink it? Right? Like you record the video 15 times. Oh, no, that one's not running. You do it again. Hey, let me encourage you. Just record it once. And if you do record it 15 times, put all the bloopers in there. People want to see that stuff. That stuff's funny, okay? That stuff sells. All right? So, like, who are you? Identify who you are and then run with that, right? Felicia said clarity is magnetic and clarity compounds, right? Let's get super clear today on who you are, what you're building, how you want to build it, and why you want to build it. Okay. Carol, I love what you said. Carol said, draw folks into my circle and help them create an unreal life. Absolutely. Right. Zig Ziglar always says, if you want to get what you want, start by helping people get what they want. Right. Wendy, how about you this morning?
No matter where you've had the setback, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. My story is relevant to somebody out there. And lately, I've been a shrinking violet, trying to get back up to the sunlight, but I'm doing it gradually. However, when life deals you lemons, you just squeeze them and you write them all down, and it's good. Life's going to be good. And get back up.
That's right. That's right. Wendy, I have loved watching you do just that. Knowing your story and who you are. I love watching you do just that. Y'all write that down today. When life gives you lemons, you just squeeze them. I think we need a t-shirt, Wendy. Come on now. Right, Carrie Lynn? I think we need a t-shirt that just says, squeeze them. I think we're going to go create that. Defined, squeeze them. I love it. Holmes put, be a good, contagious, let's be a good, contagious, and vaccine the bad ones out. Who we surround ourselves matter. Hey, that's a huge point. It's a huge point. Who you surround yourself with matters. Okay. It's one of the reasons I love being on this call every week. Thank you for allowing me to be surrounded by you, because you change my world each week. I trust that we help you change yours. Okay. Keep going and telling everybody about this call. The whole goal of this call is, in the middle of a world that seems to be beyond negative, we're going to get on this call every week, and we are not going to be that. All right. Because we get to choose how we are and how we operate. All right. So go be who you are, be that identity and that clarity that brings people to you, and get paid to be you. All right. I love you. Bless you. Take care. We'll see you next week. Go get them this week. Let's go. Let's go. Go get them.
Bye. Be blessed. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.